Most people out there, they live their lives trapped in a particular location. They wake up in the morning, take a shower, brush their teeth, get the breakfast, and on the way to work. Come back home at the end of the day, eat, take shower, and go to sleep. And repeat. And so on and so forth. And before you know it, time is up. They have to go. And they realize that the only thing that they did as far as life is concerned was just to wake up, go to a job, come back, sleep, and repeat that until it was time for them to simply retire. And they realized that, my goodness, I have wasted my time. The missing point is the following. Time as a concept can be divided in two different dimensions. There is the Chronos time, the schedule that tells you where you to go, where to be at a particular time of the day or the evening. And there is the Kairos time, which is basically the window of opportunity that you see that doesn't always align with the Chronos time. But most people only focus on the Chronos time. They look at the time, they look at the watches, and they know it's time to actually get up. They know it's time to go to bed, and that's all they focus on. Let me tell you a funny story that's going to help you illustrate what I'm trying to explain. When this iconic figure, Jesus, goes to break bread with a few people at Martha and Mary Magdalene's home, by the time they're done eating, Martha said to herself, I know what time it is. I need to go to the kitchen to attend to all these dirty dishes and make sure maybe I can prepare also the next thing, which is maybe a dessert for all these wonderful guests. And as she's busying herself in the kitchen, she looks around, she sees that her sister was not with her. So she comes out and she realized her sister was now sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening intently to everything he was saying. And then she has the audacity to say, I think my sister does not know what time it is. We're supposed to be in the kitchen. She's supposed to be helping me. So what is she doing here? But what she did not realize is that her sister checked the same time and realized that it was not the Chronos time anymore. She discerned it was now the Kairos time. It was an opportunity, a divine opportunity to simply go deeper as far as person transformation is concerned. And that's why she decided to go at the feet of Jesus and to listen to him. Number one. Number two, she said to herself, I know when it comes to our time, our Chronos time, it takes about a year to save some dollars to go buy this very expensive perfume. But I am going to go break the bank today. I'm going to go break that expensive perfume. I'm going to come and pour it on the feet of this particular gentleman because I simply sense that this is a moment that needs to be immortalized. I sense that this is a Kairos moment, a divine window of opportunity that I cannot miss. So I'm going to have to immortalize this particular moment. And guess what? This is how, slowly but surely, she started working on her personal transformation. And she started ascending to become someone completely different. Here's the funny thing. History has never been made by people who only focus on what time it is. Never. History has always been made by people who focus on the Kairos time, which is basically the divine window of opportunity. I'll give you just a couple of examples. 3 examples, as a matter of fact. In 1967, at the height of his career, Muhammad Ali has the audacity to challenge the US government and says, I can hear you that yes, we have to go to Vietnam to fight all these people. But I can tell you one key thing. I'm looking at the time. And as far as my Kairos is concerned, don't deserve the time for me to go to Vietnam. So I'm going to simply say no. People look at him and say, this guy is crazy. He's going to put his livelihood on the line. He's going to jeopardize his ability to provide for his family. But guess what? Because he was able to read the Kairos time properly, he was able now to take a dramatic pay cut and do something completely foolish on the outside. But ultimately, that paid off quite handsomely. Why? Because his persona as a public figure grew and became much larger than the person of a simple gentleman carrying the crown of the heavyweight boxing champion as far as sport is concerned. Let me just park it for now. Let's now go to the world of business and entertainment. In 1976, when Steve Jobs, a college dropout, as an idea with his buddy Steve Wozniak to put together a company that was going to sell personal computers, people say this guy might be completely crazy. As a matter of fact, he's proving that he's definitely not a very learned man, because doesn't know what time it is. The economy is really bad. The interest rate is really bad. What does give this gentleman the audacity to believe that his product is going to be something that people are going to buy? But guess what? Because he was not paying attention to the Chronos time, but focusing on the Kairos time, the window of opportunity, he went on to put together a company that went on to sell things that revolutionized not only the world of technology, but also the world of entertainment, and the rest is history. Let me just park it for now and now go back to the world of entertainment. Close to the 1980s, a young man out of the city of Kingston, Jamaica, we used to go faithfully every year to Addis Ababa in Ethiopia to spend some time with the people. He came at one point in contact with a gentleman that was from the country of, back in the day known as Rhodesia, today known as Zimbabwe. And as they're talking, he said to the gentleman, "My brother, let me just tell you something. I know what time it is right now. And I can sense something happening. I can sense, I can smell a wind of change blowing in the air. I can sense that, yes, the time for Zimbabwe to gain independence is actually closing in within. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pen a song about this particular process, because I know that the revolutionaries in Zimbabwe must hear the song so they can actually be galvanized in order for them to go on to fight for what is coming." And guess what? Within just a few years, that dream, that vision is so, in this Kairos moment, became a tangible reality. And he was even invited to go the day of the independence to go perform live in Zimbabwe. Why? Because that gentleman had reached the ability to look at the time and be able to tell now the Kairos time as far as everything is concerned. I'm going to stop right here. Before I go, just a couple of things. As a matter of fact, before I go, let me just ask you something here. Back in the days in America, for TV and radio station, there used to be this tradition, this PSA tradition that simply says, it's 11 o'clock at night. Do you know where your children are? Tonight, there's going to be a twist to that particular question. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm not going to ask you where your children are, but I'm going to ask you something key. Do you know where you are? Number one. Number two, more specifically, do you know where you're supposed to be at this particular time? Not the Chronos time, but the Kairos time, as far as divine opportunity are concerned. Because at the end of the day, you are not here just to focus on the Chronos time, but you are here to also seize the moment, seize the opportunity that's going to come your way, and go on to make history the way that Thomas Edison, the way that Steve Jobs, the way that Muhammad Ali, and the way that Bob Marley made history. Why? By being able to recognize that time is an entity that has two different dimensions. The Chronos time that the crowd focus on, and the Kairos time that the leaders actually go on to focus on. At first, people make fun of them because they think that they're a bunch of lunatics, but the lunatics go on to become the trailblazers that go on to make history. All right, before I go, just a couple of things. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to receive deep content when it comes to deep transformation and insight that can help you when it comes to transforming your business and taking your life where it is right now all the way to the top where you so belong. All right, much love. I'm out.